This is Tom Fox, and I'd like to welcome you to a special 5-part podcast series celebrating Compliance Week, which is sponsored by Conversant. If you haven't joined the Conversant Converge community, it is the most dynamic community in compliance. There are a ton of resources, commentary, Q&A, and other information which will help you, the compliance professional. So go to converge.conversant.com. I'm going to link to it in the show notes and join the Converge community. It's at no charge, and it's literally the top resource available to you in compliance. Over this 5-part podcast series, I'm going to visit with 5 Conversant folks about why they are so passionate about driving ethics to the heart of business. I know you will enjoy this series in honor of Compliance Week. My guests over this series are Philip Winterburn, Jennifer Jaffe, Stephanie Holmes, Autumn Sanelli, and Asha Palmer. I know you will enjoy them. Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox, back for another episode. Today I have with me Autumn Sanelli. She is the Director of Professional Services at Conversant. Autumn, first of all, welcome, and thank you so much for taking the time to visit with me today.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So as you know, we are celebrating Compliance Week, the week. One of the things that I've wanted to do, frankly, for some time is ask you, you're incredibly passionate about the work you do. You're incredibly passionate about your company. I wanted to ask you, why are you so passionate about driving ethics to the heart of business from your perspective, Autumn?
Yeah, it's a pretty loaded question. Driving ethics, I think anybody who wouldn't be passionate about that, we need to have a kind of a conversation. It is nice to be able to live and breathe it, not only in daily life as we all do as consumers, but also to be able to help other customers within their companies to drive this forward. I think for me personally, to be able to help customers evolve their ethics within their company is really fun. It's awesome. Being in professional services, my team is responsible for onboarding our customers. So we really get to understand everything that they've been doing, things that haven't been working, things that they want to start implement. And then we're in this unique position to be able to provide them with information about what we see is working in other similar organizations or other similar industries. And it's just really exciting to be able to share that information with them, and to allow to really partner with them and allow them to start using that within their business and see some success.
Autumn, let me focus on that last part, because that's the part I find the most intriguing and frankly what I wanted to visit with you about, which is that ongoing dialogue that you and your team come on board, and you really can bring a series of best practices. But more than that, it's whatever works for that customer. It's designed for them. I don't want to say bespoke, but what you guys are able to bring are solutions which will work for their unique problems. Is that part of what you guys do as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, the first step, luckily we do have amazing engagement with customers even before they become customers. So whether they're participating in Converge or somehow connected to our community, or whether they've simply been involved with an account executive and during the sales process, they really are able to lay that groundwork to understand what state is this company in and where is it that they want to be. Our team members within Conversant do a great job of then relaying that information to us so that the customer doesn't have to repeat themselves, of course. And then we're able to follow up with the customer and understand where that gap is, understand how they're thinking of tackling it, and then make recommendations on how they can do that most efficiently using the specific Conversant tools.
You mentioned a couple of other things that we haven't talked about on this podcast series. One is Converge, which we just completed a couple of weeks ago, but also the Converge community. And these are resources that are available to the entire compliance community. The Converge community is available at no cost. Converge this year was also available at no cost. Do you find that your customers are going to those resources and utilizing those either to pose questions, raise comments, or even get some new ideas?
Yeah, absolutely. So lots of good, just general blog posts and discussions on there. But anytime a customer comes to us within our project team and asks us, well, what are other people doing, or what are some examples? Of course, we're going to provide that. But then we always recommend, hey, why don't you go ahead and post something in Converge and see what other customers are saying as well. It's a great opportunity for them to connect. And again, it's not just customers. So we have plenty of members that are not Conversant customers. Whether you use the Conversant product or not, there's a lot of great ideas that you could be using and sharing. And I do find that a lot of customers go there to get that information and to connect with their peers.
Autumn, as you continue the journey with a customer, one of the things the Department of Justice has mandated is it's not sort of a one and done. It's not put a system in, put a tool in, put a solution in, and then you or Conversant would walk away, but it's an ongoing solution. It's an ongoing use of ongoing use of a tool. It is taking the information that tool or that system might give you to improve your compliance programs. Are those the types of dialogues you have as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. So the first step when we do engage with a customer is, of course, just get them up and running. So let's make sure they understand how to use our system. They're using it in a way that's useful. The second layer is then, okay, what kind of reporting are they getting out of the application? Is that information helpful? Do we need to make some tweaks to make sure that they're gathering the right data points so that they do have a clear idea of how their program is going? The majority of customers are able to successfully see those data points using our very base standard offering and features. But of course, we always have customizations available and other things to allow them to get more depth to that data. So once they start to use the system and they actually get data in the application, then we can follow up and have those conversations and look at the reporting. I know we had an initiative this past quarter that we're just wrapping up where we, go targeting customers. We have the advantage of being able to see usage data on the back end. So we can tell which features customers are using and which ones they aren't. We can tell which features are feeding better into reporting and which customers are being more successful with that. And we're able to take that into our quarterly, monthly conversations that we have with customers and share to them, hey, these are a couple of things you're not taking advantage of, or hey, we looked at trending and last year, the usage was sitting here and this year it's sitting here. This is a great improvement, but maybe we can tweak a few things to get better adoption and get you more data. So those are absolutely conversations that we're having on an ongoing basis with our customers.
Autumn, unfortunately, we are near the end of our time for this podcast, but I wanted to thank you for taking the time to visit with me today to help us celebrate Compliance Week.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for your time, Tom.
Hope you've enjoyed this episode in Conversant's 5-part tribute to Corporate Compliance and Ethics Week. Please check out the Converge community. I've linked to it in the show notes. It is literally the best single resource for the compliance practitioner. Best of all, it's available to you at no charge. This is Tom Fox. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast series. This 5-part production has been a special production of the Compliance Podcast Network and Converge.